Hello, ladies, come sit. This episode of Beauty and Covenant is very exciting because on Sunday, March 8th, we'll be having the International Women's Day. And for the whole of the month of March, we're going to be collecting stories and sharing stories of women across the world here. Today, I am not alone. I have a very special guest in our midst. And, Mommy, I'd like you to introduce yourself.
I am Mrs. Catherine Stephen. That's my name.
Yes, that's Mommy's name, Mrs. Catherine Stephen. And she's going to be giving us her insights. You know, she's going to be giving us her wisdom, sharing her wisdom with us younger women who are new to this thing called womanhood. And, you know, for me and those of us that have kids, motherhood. So, Mommy, I'm going to be asking you some questions so you can help us. How long have you been married? And please share with us how it was like transitioning from a single young woman to being married and then raising kids. Just give us the wisdom.
Well, I've been in marriage for 25 years. Exactly. This year will be the 25th year of my marriage.
Okay.
And, well, my general view in marriage is that marriage is full of ups and downs. It's full of ups and downs. I've been married for 25 years, and there are a lot of difference between when you are single and when you are married. I'm a mother to 4 children, and mothering them has been a big task. But at the same time, once you're married, you're married. As a young woman, if you go into marriage, you expect there are good times and bad times. There are some challenges you go through, and by the help of God and prayer, you overcome them.
Okay, so Mommy, because I have 2 toddlers, and I work, and then I have other side hustles I'm doing too. So I want to know, because for just 2 toddlers that I have, it's, like you said, it's tasking. It's very challenging. And you have 4 kids who are probably grown up by now. I want to know, did you at any time, as a single person, I would imagine that you had a career, maybe you were building, you had a job you were doing. Did you leave it when you got married, or did you continue with that path? And if you did, how were you able to manage the whole thing?
Well, I'm a teacher by profession. I just have to, put the 2 together, raising up children and also doing my job. I take my time because I love teaching.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say when I wanted to go into marriage or when I started having children, I should drop.
So you didn't drop it at any time?
But I know the way I take care of everything, because I have to take care of my children at the same time, go to work.
So chase your passion and at the same time take care of your home.
Yeah.
You know, I said something in one of my shots some time back. It's not even some time back. The last shot I did, so I think a couple of days back, I was saying that one of the biggest shock I had in marriage was giving birth to my first child. I could not understand how it had to be so painful, so difficult, And after the whole experience, I called my mommy. I was like, how? My mom had 6 of us. Did it shock you like that too? Or is it new generational women type of thing that we are not, how do I put it now? We do not have the idea, or we are cut off from reality, because I was very shocked. I know my mommy told me, giving birth is difficult or it's painful, but I did not expect what my eyes saw. So was it like that for you, or did you just take it out? It's part of life and then moved on?
Well, it was, because giving birth is not an easy task. When you get married, the next thing is so how to get children. And it is not an easy task anyway. But with God, It's only God.
Yes, all things are possible. Okay, mommy, thank you so much. So we asked women to send in their stories of how, right now, mommy, I'm asking you about marriage and family and balancing, how you balance to work and everything, being 25 years in marriage now. But for some women, there are some women who are women, but they are not married. I mean, grown ladies. So everybody has different stories that they want to share. So we, Biddy and Covenant, asked women to send in their stories, and today we'll be reading those stories. Now, I'm just going to read, and then, mommy, I'm going to ask for your insight on each of these stories too. So this first person says, she wrote to us. She said, "Hi, my name is Bemi. I am a nurse and fashion designer. I am not married, and I do not know if this is only for married women, but I am 29, so I am a grown woman. My story is about finding myself again. I was in an emotionally abusive relationship for 8 years. We met in school when I was 20. I honestly thought he was the one because I loved him dearly. Truth is, I still do. After school, we moved into an apartment together where I was doing wife duties without being married to him. I was never truly enough for him. He always made comparisons with other ladies who were his friends and called me insecure when I complained about him having too many female friends. He claims he's freer with ladies, and so they come around him a lot, and I was complaining too much. It was either I wasn't as smart as one of them, or I wasn't as clean as the other, or I wasn't as industrious as another. I tried to make adjustments until I couldn't recognize myself anymore. I finally had enough when we were supposed to be saving for a property together, and he told me he wants one of his female friends to be keeping the money because she's more financially responsible. I felt very small, and I just knew I had to walk away. It has been a very difficult journey for me, but one day at a time, I am building my self-esteem again and making better choices to choose myself. I hope women out there never allow themselves to be reduced in the name of love." Wow. Okay. First things first. I feel like being in a relationship like that for 8 years was a lot to take in. Being in a relationship that had no clear direction. Sure. Like she said she moved in with him after school. They met when she was 20. Yes. She moved in together for 8 years, moved in with him. And this is somebody, according to her story, has so many female friends around him. So how was she able to stay in that relationship for 8 years is one question I'm asking. First year, second year, third year, with so many ladies. To the point where he's comparing you with other ladies. You're not as clean as them. You're not as smart. Clean. You're not as maybe sometimes as beautiful as intelligent as them. And then you want to save for a property together. This girl was already doing wife duties. Yeah. Without being married. You are planning with a man, you're saving. You are saving to get a property. That's marriage type of relationship. You're saving together to get a property. And then he is saying that the money that both of you want to save should be saved in another girl's account. I think that is very insulting. And for me, I feel like I'm happy that she found her way out. Yes.
A whole lot of 8 years. 8 years is a lot. It's a lot. It's a long way. Because I begin to wonder how she going to, how is she going to come over it? How is she going to heal?
Is she going to heal? That's a big thing. And she's still saying that I still love him. Because 8 years of your life is not something that
it's not 8 days.
It's not 8 days.
It's not 8 months.
8 years of companionship, 8 years of spending your life together.
Someone that you don't have any good, maybe he doesn't have any good plan with you.
And I'm sure you're already seeing your future with him.
Yeah. Because from the story, the lady should be able, at least for some time, if you are dating a guy for 2-3 years and you can't even figure where both of you are going.
Yes, mommy. You can't figure out where you are.
So I believe, to me, I think the lady has made a lot of mistakes, but it's not too late to heal. She can still heal. Such thing could have happened to me back then. I was dating a guy for 2-3 years. He has not been working. I was the one supporting. Even some of his family members will even come to me for assistance. We are dating. So it comes to a time I noticed in their family, the senior brother's wife is the breadwinner of the family.
So like a pattern.
I can see that pattern, and I decided to, call it a quit.
Before you spend years and then you start regretting. Yeah. Wow. So as you understood the pattern and saw the red flags, and you're like, okay, these are flags that I cannot ignore.
Yeah.
And then just, some time back I did a shot and I said that I feel, this is my personal belief, that if you're a Christian courtship should not stay too long.
Yeah.
I feel like
it shouldn't be more than 2 years. A year,
6 months, 18 months.
Yeah.
Please, you should check out that shop, because I said it. You should not past 18 months, because what are you doing? Why are you wasting each other's time? So I'm happy that Bemi found the strength to walk away from that. And one day, like you said, one day at a time, just keep going and keep moving, and God will help you heal.
God.
Yes.
Because I believe if you're a Christian, if you are well grounded in Christianity, and there are things you wouldn't want to accept in a marriage. As a woman, there are things, but once we start saying, okay, he will change. Maybe with time, let me give him time. Maybe when we get married, he'll change. Maybe
giving excuses.
It might turn to something else. But once we notice that those red flags, we know how to quit. Not maybe by fighting or maybe by quarrel, but just a peaceful understanding.
Mutual separation.
Yeah, just separate.
Well, listen, you notice red flag, know when to walk away, so you're not wasting your time. All right, so this next story, it says, "Hello, Ma. My name is Abigail. I am from Kogi. I saw your call for women to share their stories, and I want to share mine. I think the best decision I ever made in my life was running away from my mom's church. I call it a cult, but they call it a church. Putting myself through school and starting a decent life for myself. After the death of my dad, when we were very little, my mom joined a church that promised accommodation and feeding to members willing to serve in the church. It was a big relief to my mom then, so we moved into the church and started serving. My mom joined sanitation and ushering and practically any group she was needed. There were other families there. Everything was going fine until we realized that the kids were not allowed to attend university and no one could get a job outside the church. You cannot also marry or be in a relationship without permission from the bishop, and so many other restrictions that were totally unreasonable. I wanted more out of life, and I kept telling my mom that this was not all there is to life, but the brainwashing that happens to you in settings like that is serious. When I kept insisting on going to the university, it became a serious problem for my family and the bishop. Early one morning, I told my mom I was going to leave. She begged and begged, but I had made up my mind. I left and never looked back. I still communicate with my siblings, and I know the relationship between my family and the church severed when I left, and things got quite difficult for my mom. I am actively working to break them out of that place, one sibling at a time, and then my mom. I hope God helps me." This one is shocking, This one is shocking. I don't even know. I don't even know what to say. This one is very shocking because we're talking about faith here and church, and I am very careful when we want to talk about the house of God or God's servants and stuff like that. But a church is supposed to be a place that offers hope, relief, and then a future. I don't think a church should truncate someone's future in the pretense of, will I say pretense, or in the call for service. It's like you are putting them in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, the idea of, okay, yes, work in the church, you are accommodated, you are fed. That's that's relieving. That's a good structure. But restricting them
from their own personal, from their own personal growth and for their own personal determination what they want in their lives. Because I wonder why you would restrict children from attending universities. And you as a church doesn't have any university for those
children. So why do you just want them to be servants?
That is enslaved.
That is enslavery. That's not help. Do you just want them to stay and be serving the church and be serving you till they grow old?
Well, I don't know maybe the church, but I believe if such happens, I believe that is not a true church. It's not a place of true worship to God.
But what if the pastor is like, or the bishop is like, I have invested too much in their lives and they've not served me the way I want. I'm trying to find the perfect explanation for the logic. Maybe it's like, I spent too much money feeding these people and taking them.
Well, whatever a pastor or a church does to its members, I believe it should be out of agape love. It should be a thing of, because in the Bible, in the ministry of Jesus was doing good. He was going about doing good.
Yeah.
So I believe if you portray yourself as a pastor, you should be able to follow the footsteps of Christ.
And also, I feel like someone's future, there's nothing you would do for somebody that is worth someone's future.
Yeah.
Because you saying they cannot go to school, they cannot have
their own outside the church.
They cannot chase their dreams.
They cannot even have a fiancé,
a relationship without your permission.
And
that's modern day slavery. Well, I'm happy. I'm happy that she was
able to break through.
And honestly, I cannot even begin to imagine the kind of segregation the family would be going through, because the church is going to see the family as an enemy.
Yeah.
Because if your child break out of this place, it would give other people the mind to do the same.
Yes.
So it becomes a problem for them.
Because maybe they will even count them as an enemy to the church.
Yes. And then they start persecuting and fighting them.
They will become rebellious disciples. That is it. My advice is, wherever you go to worship God, and the true word of God is not being preached, the true word of God, the Christian-like character is not being portrayed in that church or in that house ministry, of God, in that ministry, I think one should be able to walk away, no matter the kind of assistance. Because I know Nigeria now, there are so many ups and downs. There are so many families that are into one problem or the other. But that doesn't mean you don't know. You know where you're coming from and you know where you're going. There is no verse in the Bible that backs such practice. I believe one should be able to, retrace his or her step. Because I know as a mother, as a widow, she must have gone through a lot. And that place, you just have peace.
Yes. I'm not worried about how to feed my children. I'm not worried about how to parent and everything. It's not her fault.
But sometimes we have to move on and struggle.
Sometimes it's not all that is free that you should embrace.
Not all that glitters is gold. So from your instinct, you should be able to know what am I doing here? Is this not slavery? So we at times when we do some things or we are into some congregations, and we should be able to check and balance. We are mothers. Mothers are very intelligent. Yeah.
A few moments later.
Women, us mothers, we are intelligent people.
You're not too loud, you're not too soft, you're not too ambitious. You are you.